Welcome to our video on the economics of illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia. For decades, organized crime groups have been heavily involved in illegal gambling, generating large profits while also causing harm to local communities. In this video, we will examine the economic impact of these operations, the inner workings of how they are run, and the efforts being made to combat them. From the harm caused to local businesses, to the increase in crime and corruption, the illegal gambling industry run by the Mafia is a complex and serious problem. So, join us as we take a closer look at this topic and see how it affects society. The economic impact of illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia can be significant. These operations can generate large profits for the organized crime groups involved, but they also harm local businesses and the community as a whole. One of the main ways that illegal gambling harms local businesses is by drawing customers away from legal, regulated establishments. Illegal gambling operations may offer lower overhead costs, which means they can offer more favorable odds or higher payouts than legal gambling establishments. This can make them more attractive to customers who are looking to gamble, which can result in a loss of business for legal gambling establishments. Additionally, illegal gambling operations can also contribute to an increase in crime and corruption in the community. This can include everything from loan sharking and racketeering to money laundering and extortion. Illegal gambling operations may also be used to fund other criminal activities, such as drug trafficking or human trafficking. The negative economic impact of illegal gambling operations can also have a wider impact on the community, such as creating a negative perception of the area and discouraging tourism and investments. In summary, illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia can generate large profits for organized crime groups, but they also cause harm to local businesses and the community. The underground nature of the industry means it's difficult to quantify the size of the impact, but the negative effects are undeniable.
Are you looking to take your business skills to the next level? The Art of Strategy, Business Lessons from the Most Notorious Bosses in TV and Film has everything you need to know to achieve success in the fast-paced world of business. Learn from the cunning and strategic moves of some of the most memorable bosses in TV and film, like Scarface, Tony Soprano, Gus Fring, Prop Joe, and Stringer Bell. Discover how these iconic characters navigated through complex and challenging situations and how you can apply their lessons to your own career. Get your copy of The Art of Strategy, Business Lessons from the Most Notorious Bosses in TV and Film today and start your journey to becoming a successful and effective business person. Check out the link in the description. Purchase this ebook at a one-time exclusive price.
The inner workings of illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia can vary depending on the specific operation and the location, but there are some commonalities among them. First and foremost, the Mafia establishes and runs these operations through the use of threats and violence to maintain control. They often use intimidation and fear to keep people in line and to prevent law enforcement from shutting down their operations. This can include everything from physical violence to threats against the lives of those who might cooperate with authorities. Illegal gambling operations can take many forms, such as underground casinos, sports betting, and illegal lottery. These operations may be run out of private homes, commercial spaces, or even on the street. They can be highly mobile, moving from location to location to avoid detection. Mafia-run illegal gambling operations are also known for their use of sophisticated methods to evade law enforcement. This can include using encrypted communication, establishing complex financial networks, and using shell companies to launder money. In summary, illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia are established and maintained through the use of threats and violence, and they can take many forms such as underground casinos, sports betting, and illegal lottery. They also use sophisticated methods to evade law enforcement, making it a difficult task for authorities to shut them down. Mafia-run illegal gambling operations are also known for their use of sophisticated methods to evade law enforcement. This can include using encrypted communication, establishing complex financial networks, and using shell companies to launder money. In summary, illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia are established and maintained through the use of threats and violence, and they can take many forms such as underground casinos, sports betting, and illegal lottery. They also use sophisticated methods to evade law enforcement, making it a difficult task for authorities to shut them down. Efforts to combat illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia have been ongoing for decades. These efforts have been led by law enforcement agencies at the local, state, and federal level. One of the main ways that law enforcement agencies attempt to shut down illegal gambling operations is through the use of undercover operations. Undercover officers may pose as customers in order to gather evidence of illegal activity, such as illegal gambling. They may also use wiretaps, surveillance, and other forms of electronic monitoring to gather information about the operation. Another tactic used by law enforcement is to target the financial networks of illegal gambling operations. This can include seizing assets, freezing bank accounts, and making arrests of those involved in money laundering or other financial crimes. However, prosecuting those involved in illegal gambling operations can be challenging. Often, the evidence is circumstantial and difficult to prove in court. Additionally, those involved in the illegal gambling operation may be reluctant to testify against their associates for fear of retaliation. In addition to law enforcement efforts, there have been efforts to educate the public and create awareness on the harm caused by illegal gambling operations. These include campaigns to raise awareness of the dangers of loan sharking, the harms of gambling addiction, and the negative effects on the community. In summary, efforts to combat illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia have been ongoing for decades, led by law enforcement agencies at different levels. They use tactics such as undercover operations, targeting financial networks, and seizures of assets. However, prosecuting those involved can be challenging and it requires sustained efforts. In conclusion, illegal gambling operations run by the Mafia are a serious problem that has a significant economic and social impact on communities. These operations generate large profits for organized crime groups while also harming local businesses and contributing to an increase in crime and corruption. The inner workings of these operations are complex and sophisticated, making them difficult to shut down. It's important to note that illegal gambling is not only a problem caused by the Mafia, but also by other criminal organizations and even individuals. Therefore, it's crucial for communities to work together with law enforcement agencies to combat this problem, as well as to educate and raise awareness about the negative effects of illegal gambling on society.